Testing, testing. One, two, three. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Classics of Philosophy. I'm your host, Stanley June Charles, and welcome to another episode of Open Dialogue. I've forgotten how long it's been since I was positive. I forgot how long it's been since I was a young kid. And spending this Friday night with my best friends, it that inner child emerged again. Being surrounded by my day ones, it really brought out a sense of peace, but forgotten positivity that I had when I was a kid. Because a lot has happened. A lot has happened since freshman year of high school when I first learned about self improvement, the red pill, and all the other things, to now living at home with my parents, age 20 years old, double majoring in two of my most popular or most well liked or most favorite degrees. I don't know what the hell I'm saying. But it got me thinking about how I used to smile all the time when things were easy. But now I realize now that it's a bit harder to smile during those tough times. I still smile during those tough times, but it's just not as frequent. I don't know if it's like a bad thing or not. It's just something I became more self aware. And I don't know, being positive, it's not a chore, it's not hard, but it does drain you. Optimism is healthy. And it's what old people thrive off of. But I've sort of forgotten what it means to be positive. I mean, when I look back through my old Snapchat memories, it's like, where'd that young boy go? He was always smiling 24/7, no matter what. Now, he's still there, you know. I still smile. But how often should I smile? How often should I love as naturally as the sun gives off heat? I think it's because I think so much. Thinking isn't a bad thing, but when you know what you want to do with your life and why you want to achieve it, it's sort of like I gotta lock in 24/7. And does locking in mean you gotta be serious all the time? Or does locking in mean you gotta, have a balance between you can chill out, you can have fun, be positive, but you gotta be serious. You gotta be strict with yourself. And I remember what Marcus Aurelius said in Meditations: be tolerant of others, but strict with yourself. Am I too hard on myself? Am I trying too hard on achieving my purpose, on my goals, to get ahead of the curve of everybody else because, well, I know what I want to do with my life. I know what goals I want to achieve. Will I just be cold, calculated like a machine, or will I be spongy, human, and swim with my emotions? Because, well, yeah, it's a good thing to pursue your passion, pursue your purpose with all your might and all your strength. You have to realize that there are people alongside with you on this journey. There are people alongside this same path that you walk on, that you don't have to be alone. You do not have to be alone on this journey. And when I was spending that Friday night or tonight with my close friends, with my best friends, the people that mean the world to me. I've realized now that happiness is always fleeting, but we can lower the standard, the bar of what it means to be happy. We don't have to just think once we get this job, once we get this relationship, once we've achieved all these goals, then we'll be happy. Maybe it's just about understanding that, hey, this is what it meant to be happy when I was a young kid, when I was just a 14-year-old kid back in high school. 6 years later, this is what it means to be happy. Finding a solution to my anxiety. Understanding that having an existential crisis doesn't mean to wallow in despair, but to fully live life balancing your emotions, understanding your emotions, and being self aware that I don't always got to be negative. I don't always got to keep to myself or be introverted. There was a quote by Virgil Abloh that said, everything he does it for the 17-year-old version of himself. I'd like to go a step further or a decade younger and say everything I do it for my 7-year-old version of myself. Before I close off this open dialogue, I want to read y'all something. Remember this? Scriptures of wisdom. Yeah, we remember this. Remember scriptures of wisdom? All right. Desire, purpose, freedom. I know the meaning behind these words and how they affect my soul. Desire, the initial spark, the flame of inspiration that can lead us upwards to heaven or downwards to hell, the cause of our virtues or vices. Purpose, when action meets desire, taking a step towards a world of chaos and bending it to our will, we seek answers and we seek the solution to our anxiety. I know what I want out of life, and I will stop at nothing to attain it. Freedom, feeling, unbinding of the chains, the ability to take flight. I have the freedom to protect, to guard, and to command. I have the freedom to accelerate the destruction of my body and lash out in anger or drown in sorrow. I have the freedom to love, even without knowing the person.